YouTube, what's good? Welcome back to another reaction hip-hop head reacted to metal. I'm the hip-hop head and we've got some metal today. This one is interesting. I actually got a suggestion from a commenter. I'm still not sure whether I should say people's names or not, but just in case people don't want me to, I'm avoiding it for now. Got a suggestion from a commenter, thank you for all the suggestions by the way, to check out. He told me to Google, I can't remember specifically what it was, but it was like a metal history family tree, and it talked about all the different subgenres and like what it started with and like different bands in each one and how it progressed onwards. And he suggested going back to the start and working my way through chronologically. Now with how I want to upload these and, you know, taking in suggestions and doing what people want to see and, like, you know, how much I have to do, I think working through chronologically probably isn't going to work overall. However, that was really useful, and what I learned from that is Black Sabbath is what I'm doing today, as well as some others that were obviously on the list. Black Sabbath seemed to be one of the sort of founders of metal. I don't even know if this is where it started. I'm not 100% sure if this is considered as metal specifically, or if it's some sort of, I guess, kind of subgenre of maybe rock that led into metal. But regardless, we're doing Paranoid today by Black Sabbath. I am aware that the lead singer of Black Sabbath is Ozzy Osbourne. I do know that, and I've heard him sing before. We're going to listen to it. It's only a short one, 2 minutes 50. Let's check it out. Actually, quick jump in. People have been saying, and I've had this a few times, to try and cut as little as possible. I'm hearing your feedback and I'm going to try my best. Unfortunately, as I said to another commenter, with the Master of Puppets one, and with all of them, I've been having copyright issues. If they get claimed, honestly, I don't care. It's a small channel, I'm not trying to make money off this anyway, I'm doing it for fun. So if they get claimed, whatever. But the Majesty one got completely blocked worldwide 3 times. I had it, and then I cut more out, and then I messed with the quality of the sound. It just kept getting blocked. I eventually gave up on it. Even though there were some other ones, other reactions that other channels have done that are still up for some reason, I don't know. The Master of Puppets one originally didn't have much cut out, it got blocked. I had to cut more out and then it worked the second time. Yeah, for some reason, for other people, it's worked fine. Not cutting out, for me, it got blocked, but now it's fine. I mean, it's Content ID match, but it's up. I'm listening, and I'm going to try my best to cut as little as possible. I have to pause, and the point of these is I'm breaking them down and giving my opinions and analysing them, so I do have to pause, and I'm going to pause anyway. But I'm going to try my best to leave in, you know, like the big solos and stuff, because I know people want to hear them, and it, you know, ruins the flow and the spectacle of it all if I'm cutting it out or pausing it and stuff. I'm listening, but it's tough. Copyright's tough. Alright, true to the name, Paranoid. He's obviously got mental issues. He's been struggling. He broke up with his woman. There's nothing he can do. There's seemingly nothing he can do to sort of, well, I guess as he says in the chorus, occupy his brain. I don't know what specifically. I mean, the song's called Paranoid. Could be like some sort of schizophrenia or bipolar or something. I mean, this came out, I have no idea. I'm going to say 70s. I'm going to say early 70s, but I could be wrong. Not a lot was known about this sort of stuff back then, so this is really interesting the way he's talking about it. First of all, he's being very open about it, which I think is awesome. Gonna go out on a limb. Is he talking about drugs? Because I know Master of Puppets, I kind of clocked it was about drugs by the end of it. I didn't get some of the specifics. There was a line in that, chop your breakfast on a mirror, which I didn't really clock because obviously quite specifically about cocaine. Although I read online that someone said, actually no, it's just about some guy that was staying over the day that he wrote that, who literally chopped up his breakfast on a mirror. But I don't know, I think it's a reference alluding to people lining up coke on mirrors with razors. But I've learned more about the intricacies of that song, about how, like, you know, he gets the highs of the coke and then he's like trying to come off it, and then he starts to struggle and he starts to talk to his master, and then he gets back into the drugs and all that. That's awesome, and I feel like this could maybe be similar in the way that he's saying, "Can you help me?" He's having these mental problems, which we've established. He's obviously talking to someone. It could be anyone. It could be a cry. It could be a literal cry for help, and he's literally saying this in his song, and he's like, "Hey, this sucks. Someone help." It could be anything, but I think it's potentially something to do with drugs. Potentially something to do with alcohol, maybe, to distract him from everything that's going on, or he could be talking to a doctor. This could be just a very poetic therapy session, who knows, but it's banging. It is banging. Riff's killer. Maybe depression. The last couple of it, like verses 2 and 3, sort of indicating more towards that. Side note, that solo, I really liked how they kept what I think is a riff. I'm doing my research on this and I'm slowly grasping it. I think that's basically the melody is what I would know it as, but the riff that continued on as the solo was going. So he was doing this rocking out on the solo, and then he still had the dun dun dun. I thought that was rad. You can tell it's an old one, and I can see straight away how this is something that began a foundation that led to the genre that is metal, or that developed metal and rock and other genres, and how they came out from that. Because certainly in, like, and I don't play guitar, so I don't know, but it seems a little bit simpler in what's actually being played music-wise compared to some of the other stuff we've listened to so far. But yeah, it's rad, and I can see how people listen to this and went, yeah, I want to do that, and started making similar stuff. This is really awesome. But you can hear the simplicity in it. I don't mean that in an insulting way, I just mean like you can see how this was built upon. Please subscribe, I will make more, and I'm going to start closing all my videos with that. Please subscribe, I'm making more of these. It was really cool. Simple, I feel, compared to a lot of stuff we listened to, but, like, no, that was really cool. I can understand how that was taken and built on. I'd be interested to know if that was just a hypothetical, or maybe a character, or if that was Ozzy specifically, or whoever wrote that was actually having those issues and going through those things. It's believable to me that that was him actually talking from his experience. I know that Ozzy is notoriously had his run-ins with various substances, shall I say. I actually read when I was younger, and I don't remember really much of it at all, because I was probably too young to even understand half the stuff he was talking about. I read his autobiography, but I remember liking it. Thank you for watching, like, comment, subscribe. My socials are on the bottom of the screen, link is in the description. Suggest me stuff, I always love it, and thank you, by the way, for all the support. I'm recording these, like, in weird places, like, I'm just doing this one now just because I've got time to fit it in. Fortunately, it was a short one that I decided to do today, so that worked out quite well. Thank you for watching, that one was really cool, and thank you to whoever it was who suggested to start with Sabbath, and I think a couple of people have suggested Sabbath, actually, but the person who suggested it as a starting point, as a jump-off point, yeah, that was really cool. I can definitely understand how that was taken and built upon, how that inspired people. It was cool, and it was distinct, and it was, obviously I was absolutely not around at the time this came out, but I can imagine how this would come out and people would be listening to this and going, hell yeah, you know. It's also an interesting subject matter for the time, I think. Yeah, that was awesome. That was really cool. I'll be doing more Black Sabbath. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace, guys.